I'd like to add my appreciation for the FAA team too. For every document we submit and with every percentage point of progress we make, dedicated and talented professionals at the FAA are putting in the hard work of reviewing, refining, and approving those documents. So all of Joby's recent successes, like the publication of our G1 cert basis and the completion of our means of compliance, are also really successes for the FAA team and for the eVTOL industry as a whole. We're grateful for the high safety bar that the FAA sets and the constructive way in which they're engaging with our new industry. As we do every quarter, today we published a chart in our shareholder letter that outlines our progress towards achieving type certification. With the publication of our G1 cert basis last year, we formally completed the first of 5 stages. And as Joe Ben mentioned earlier, we recently announced that we now consider the second stage to be complete as well. In this stage, we identified the means of compliance, or what we will do to demonstrate compliance with the requirements we set in the first stage of the process. You will see in the chart that we are at 97% completion on the Joby side and 94% completion on the FAA side in this category. It is not uncommon for a small portion of the means of compliance to remain open for a bit longer in order to allow for further collaboration on minor design changes and improvements that can happen down the road. We don't expect those numbers to move substantially at this point, and so our focus has now largely transitioned onto the latter 3 stages. Stage 3 is really about how we are going to show compliance to the FAA. In this stage, we took a big step forward. We doubled the number of area-specific certification plans submitted, from 4 in the last quarter to 8 today. And we now have 5 of those cert plans accepted by the FAA. We also successfully completed the second of 4 system review stages with the FAA experts in attendance. This is an important step as it demonstrates to the FAA that our development process is on track to satisfy their safety objectives. These achievements contributed to our overall progress in stage 3, moving from 37% accepted to 53% accepted. As we make good progress through stage 3, our focus increasingly shifts to stage 4, testing and analysis. Each acceptance of a certification plan unlocks the ability to engage with testing and analysis for the specific cert area. In this stage, we develop and execute on detailed test plans across every aspect of our aircraft design and systems. Testing is already well underway, and we continue to develop and submit additional test plans to the FAA. During the quarter, we had further plans accepted, including some covering adhesive bonding for our structural system test, building on prior work on composite material tests, and now enabling us to begin additional for-credit testing in this area. As we look ahead to beginning formal FAA testing in more system areas, we continue to expand our in-house testing. During the quarter, we successfully ran structural wing tests, battery vibration tests, propeller bird strike tests, actuation system testing, and much more. To support our testing work, we've also designed and built a significant amount of in-house testing capabilities. In particular, I want to highlight the integrated test lab at our production facility in Marina. In this lab, we replicate all of the hardware and software systems that the real aircraft uses, but it's designed to never leave the ground. That means we can perform development and FAA for-credit testing, as well as any other testing we want to perform at minimum risk, faster pace, and without requiring the costs associated with flying an aircraft. We recently began conducting tests in this facility, and we're excited to expand our integrated functional test campaign progressively towards flight and FAA certification. There are further details and images of the facility in our letter to shareholders published on our website today. While we're able to complete the vast majority of testing in-house, we couldn't turn down the invitation to test our propeller system in the world's largest wind tunnel facility. Based just down the road at the NASA Ames Research Center, the National Full-Scale Aerodynamic Complex, or NFAC, is widely considered to be the gold standard for aircraft aerodynamics and performance analysis. It played an instrumental role in the development of a range of iconic vehicles, including the Space Shuttle, the V-22 Osprey, the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, and a number of next-generation helicopters. Over the next few months, we'll have a rare opportunity to gather a range of high-fidelity data to support our certification program. It's a genuine privilege to extend our partnership with the U.S. Air Force and NASA, again, as we deliver the next generation of aircraft that will change the world. We're very grateful for their continued support. Moving on to manufacturing, the biggest news for the quarter was the progress we made with the first aircraft to be manufactured on our pilot production line. With all the main structures complete and at least one of every key part now manufactured, we're beginning final assembly. This is a real moment of celebration for us, and not just because we get to see the aircraft come together. It's the way in which we built this aircraft that separates it from any aircraft we've built previously, in three key dimensions. We developed a quality management system that complies with FAA Part 21-135 and Part 45 regulations and forms the foundation of the quality system that will be required to achieve our production certificate. We locked and released our design and manufacturing drawings, and we built this aircraft on our production line according to those designs. These three pillars mean that, for the first time, we're seeing a company-conforming eVTOL aircraft in final assembly, and we're already assembling major structures for the next aircraft and parts for multiple aircraft after that. We expect to build multiple company-conforming aircraft before we're ready to build our first FAA-conforming aircraft. For each one, we'll apply the right level of development and inspection process defined under our quality management system to match the purpose of the aircraft, allowing us to iterate quickly and incorporate learnings. These are major achievements for the Joby team. Building this aircraft lays the groundwork for us achieving flight with a pilot on board by the end of the year, and it allows us to exercise our current quality management system ahead of type certification and subsequent production certification. I couldn't be more excited for the progress that lies ahead. I'll now hand it over to Matt to talk about our financial results.